Welcome to Joan's second podcast. Welcome, Joan.
Thank you, Michael. Nice to be here.
You know, we've got a lot of hits on the pierogies video. Lots of people enjoying your witty comments, trying to help Ian out. But we thought today we'd delve into a little bit of information about pierogies and why you make them. What's the backstory?
Well, pierogies are one of the 12 dishes that are served on January 6th, or Orthodox Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's the Ukrainian.
That's Ukrainian.
And is that what you celebrated Christmas?
Yes, but...
So you didn't celebrate Christmas?
Yes, we celebrated both that and American Christmas, but in Ukraine, they are called pierogis, or varensky, or petaha. Now, these names are unique to Ukraine. Now, other countries like Poland...
I think Poland, they call them pierogis.
In Poland and Russia...
Am I interrupting you?
Yes, you are.
Oh, sorry.
They are called maybe pierogis, but they are spelled differently, and they're this is the tradition from Ukraine that I'm talking about.
But when I was growing up, we called them petaha.
That's correct.
Right, yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Now, in the celebration of this Orthodox Christmas Eve, there are 12 dishes that are served that represent the 12 apostles. But the main one that I think most of you are interested in are the pierogis, or petaha, as we call them.
Now, did people eat them all these 12 dishes at the same time?
Yes, they eat them at the same time.
So the pierogis were out with all the other
dishes?
That's
correct. They have bread that's dipped in honey that you start the meal with and go on for the 12 dishes. No meat or dairy is part of this.
That's what you're practicing now, I hear. No meat, no dairy.
Yes, that's correct, Michael.
Getting back to your Ukrainian.
No, I'm just getting back to being healthy.
I see.
Now,
for another podcast.
Shall I continue, or do you need to speak some more?
No. We want to hear you.
Okay. Traditionally, they're boiled.
Oh.
That is how they're eaten. And then they may have, most of the common ones have cheddar cheese and mashed potatoes in them. And they may have some onions with them that are browned, but in oil, not butter, because we're not having dairy. So they may on the top.
Oh, so even when you grew up, they did them in oil, but...
Right. You had
chopped. Do you know why there was no dairy?
No, I don't. I tried to find out why, but it just said no dairy or meat. Must have been something that they just followed. Anyway. At my grandmother's house, the family followed the January 6th tradition. I am one of 14 cousins. Not all were present on Christmas Eve, on the Orthodox one, but the only thing we were interested in was eating petahas or pierogis. So we were in the kitchen.
How many could you eat?
I don't remember, Michael. It's been a while.
Plentiful.
Plentiful, right. And we always joked and called them Ukrainian ravioli.
That makes sense.
Now, you can refresh on how to cook pierogis. Dr. Michael Deegan's Cooking for the Kitchen and Classroom. As you can see, we have my granddogs here, Roxy and Stevie, who just need attention.
Need part of the podcast.
Yes, but that's about the most important facts about pierogis.
Now, you, from what I remember, you also ate them during Lent. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sometimes
tradition?
My mother would eat them during Lent because Ash Wednesday you couldn't have any meat. Also, being Catholic, the Fridays of Lent were no-nos. But they take a lot of time and energy to make.
Well, as people can see in the video.
Yes. Well, I have given up making them myself. Michael helps me make them.
Oh, absolutely. We make about what? We make about 100.
Oh, at least 150, 175.
Yeah.
But Michael has the idea that you just bake pierogies in the oven with butter and onions. That's his tradition, so that we have those often like that.
Well, didn't Graham, she would saute them in a pan too.
That was the next day when they were left over. They
Oh,
were
so you ate them boiled first.
That's
Oh,
correct.
I never serve them boiled, so they have to be nice and crispy with some sour cream. Now, did you have sour cream?
No.
Oh, that's a milk product.
I don't know
So
how
where did the sour cream come
I don't know how my family started with sour cream on them, but
from? Oh, because I love the sour cream with them.
oh, I know, Michael, you love everything like that.
And sort of baking in the oven is nice, and then if you watch it, you can turn the broiler on for just a few seconds. Otherwise, you have black pierogies.
And they're very tough then to eat.
But this is good. Okay, well, Joan, we certainly appreciate again your coming in for another session. And we're looking forward to the next one. Any hints? I know you were pretty tight-mouthed last time.
I have some other projects that I'm working on. It may be a while.
Okay, well, we are just going to be...
I bet you are.
On pins and needles. And especially, you want to give a shout-out to Brian?
Oh, Brian, I hope you're reading this and you learn to make these. If not, maybe next Christmas you can come over during Christmas break and learn to make them with us.
Whoa!
Ian did, and he's a master at it now,
Oh
so
my
I'm
gosh.
sure you can.
Big shout-out.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see you next time.